Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Pokemon fans, and others who might have stumbled upon this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, bringing you guys a second part to the female companion for Ash contest that the Insane Game Freak's doing. And this time we're tackling May versus Dawn, the two coordinators of the series. So, let's get started. So, as I said, we're going to be talking about the differences between Dawn and May and which one out of the two is my favorite, my reasons for that stuff, and then we'll get on with the show. So, my favorite out of these two characters, and actually in terms of best female companion for Ash overall, is May. That's right, May. And there's a lot of good points, showing off May. Let's talk about Dawn first so that we can get that clear out of the way. First of all, I just want to clear out, I don't know if you guys have seen my Diamond Pro rant. I am going to make a better version sometime in the future. If not, I'll post a link down below to the original, which is, again, crap, but it had its moments. I didn't like Diamond and Pearl. The series, Diamond and Pearl, I did not like. There was a lot of stuff in there, and so, but we're not getting to that. We're going to get into Dawn. Dawn is a character way overconfident right from the get-go. Klutzy, and she tried to tell Ash what to do. Mind you, Ash was not as competent as before, but there was no reason for Dawn to be telling him what to do. She always whined and cried whenever she lost, which is kind of heading towards her overconfidence. She doesn't see herself losing, so when she does lose, she takes it way too hard. Her team, not the best. Piplup, I will give her that. Piplup was actually my favorite. Empoleon was my favorite out of the three Gen 4 starters. And then you had her Mamoswine. We all know how that went. Just an Ash Charizard clone, and it was a bad one at best. Her Baneri, which its only gag was its love for Pikachu, literally the crush it had on Pikachu. That's all it had going for it. As a contest, Pokemon, it didn't really fit the description so well. She was more, in fact, the only Baneri big change that I liked was right when it ended and they were trying to get it to be a model. But that was near the end. Pachirisu, annoying from the get-go, and it's just a way to get a new Pikachu in the group, which Pachirisu is no Pikachu. I'll tell you that right now. Pachirisu is no Pikachu. Its tendencies to run around like a maniac, and it was just not good. And then, you had her Kulava, a decent one. I liked Cyndaquil, was my favorite of the Johto starters, so I'll give her that. Her Togekiss, which she got totally random, by the way. She got it out of nowhere. There was no reason for her to get a Togekiss. She gave away Ash's Apom. You don't just give away a Pokemon the main character gives you. You just don't. She got Apom, evolved it. How do you give away an Ambipom? I'm sorry to say, you don't do that. Ambipom, I liked Apom in Johto, and I liked Ambipom when they showed it off in Diamond Pro. That thing was cool, and she just gives it up not even that long after she evolves it. What the heck, Dawn? What the heck? And so, a lot of mishaps. Her rivals weren't even that good. The only decent one was Zoe, and I'm just going to let that one slide because Zoe was a beast. She was amazing. Jessie actually being competent as a coordinator was kind of cool, so I'll give her that. Nando, I saw him as a battler, not a contest guy. From the get-go, yeah, he was okay at contest, but I preferred him as a battler in the Pokemon League. Ursula was just ridiculous. She came out of left field, and she was just nasty. She was just... There's nothing good to like about her. And then there's the Kenny factor. which it was just really a love interest for Dawn that never went anywhere, and the constant gimmicks between her and with her and Kenny were dumb, especially since he got the same Pokemon she did, and he trained it better, which just shows how incompetent she is as a trainer with Piplup. And look, I will say this: the only reason why she beat May in the freaking Wallace Cup was because she was the main female character at the time. If that wasn't the reason, May would have kicked her ass. I'm sorry to say that, May would have kicked her ass. Which brings me to May, the gal we're gonna talk about. There's only one Pokemon in her party, which I gotta say is annoying, and that's her Skitty. That's the only one I'm gonna give you. Literally, the only one I will give you is her Skitty, and that's because her Skitty was way too wild and crazy. But she literally left that when she came back. So actually, when she went to Kanto, Skitty wasn't with her. The Skitty was just, the fact that it won on luck. Like literally, the only attacks you can say it had was Fury Swipes and Blizzard, because the other stuff was always assist. Which brings me to the other Pokemon. May, let's start, before we get into the rest of the Pokemon, let's start with May. May started out as a person who did not like Pokemon. She was frightened of them, she just did not like them, she didn't like being near them. She was forced to be a trainer because of her dad being a gym leader. The progress that she gets from being this scared and hateful toward Pokemon into this person who loves and just adores and is with them all the time shows a just huge progress in there. It's just a huge progress. Her Torch Blaziken. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a Blaziken. You cannot tell me Blaziken's not cool. Plus, the rivalry between May's Blaziken and Ash's Sceptile in that one contest, totally awesome. That literally they were evenly matched from the get-go. They were evenly matched, and it ended with a draw. So it just shows you Blaziken was a competent battle to be standing up against Ash's team. Hoenn team. It had its thing, it had a few things, that made it stand out like, really big. So her Blaziken's a big one. Her Beautifly, I actually liked because there was the rivalry between May and Jessie in this scenario that they both wanted a Beautifly, so they both caught a Wurmple. But Wurmple, each one devolved into a different one. So May's Wurmple evolved into Silcoon, while Jessie's Silcoon evolved into Cascoon, resulting in a Dustox versus Beautifly clash, which I like. The fact they're putting a role on Jessie. So she's doing something. Mind you, Jessie wasn't as competent in contests in Hoenn or in Kanto, so I'll give that props to Diamond Pearl. They made her actually reach the grand finale, the grand festival. But her Beautifly was cool. I liked her Beautifly. Her Munchlax was a beast. I love that thing. That thing was awesome. I loved every time that he showed up. And here's another thing. The difference between May and Dawn in the terms of May had the Pokeblocks and Dawn had the Poffins. May started out not knowing anything, so she slowly progressed learning how to make them. Then she went out to Professor Oak and got a different formula so that she can make a Pokeblock specifically for Munchlax, which means she was looking at individual flavors for her Pokemon, whereas Dawn, right from the get-go, she can do Poffins, even though they tasted awful, and then she just made one particular kind for everybody. Again, like, May actually tried a diversity. So there's another factor that goes to May, that she wanted a different one for each of her Pokemon. And Munchlax was a G. Freaking Solar Beam and Focus Punch. Now, Munchlax was also one of those luck-based victories with the metronome that came in later into play. A little weird, but Munchlax was a beast. Plus, it gave us a new perspective because the only thing we saw was Ash's Snorlax, which is already a beast. So it was like a way to see that the little guy can do something too, you know? And then, let's move on to the next. These three. These three are a thing that makes May so much better than Dawn. And sorry to say this, Misty, because you are like up there. So much better than Misty, so much better than Iris. Not only does she have a Blaziken, she has a Venusaur, a Wartortle, and a Glaceon. 4 starters. I mean, technically Eevee isn't a starter, but it was in the games in yellow, so we're gonna pretend it's a starter for this part of it. Well, I mean, if we're gonna go with anime, it's not a starter, but how rare are the? I mean, it's not as rare as nowadays. It's stupid, but it was rare back in that era, and so she did something Ash couldn't do. She has a Venusaur. She evolved her Bulbasaur. Granted, Ash's Bulbasaur didn't want to evolve, but she's got a Venusaur. And then she evolved her Squirtle. Ash can't evolve a water starter, a main water Pokemon to save his life. She evolved. She had a. I mean, I would have loved to see it go all the way to Blastoise, like Bulbasaur did to Venusaur. But I don't care. It's a freaking Wartortle. And then Eevee. I'm sorry, Glaceon. I mean, it's my second favorite evolution. It's a freaking Glaceon. You cannot tell me that Glaceon's not cool. Just for those 3 alone, you can already say that she is better than any other female that we've seen so far. I'm sorry to say that. She did something Ash can't do. She has, if we're not going to count Eevee, she has 3 evolved starters. 3 of them. No one has that. I mean, Ash has a lot of starters that have evolved, yes. But 3 of them, there's a fire, there's a grass, and there's a water. Nobody else has that. Nobody. At all. Like, not Misty, not Dawn, not Iris. Even Ash doesn't have that combination. I'm sorry to say, May wins. May wins. I haven't even gotten to her rivals yet, and I'm already saying she won. She won. You cannot tell me that she does not win just for that factor alone. And if you include Eevee, that's another starter that she evolves. I'm just saying, if you're going to count Eevee, that's 4 starters she evolved. She's got all 3 bases covered too. I'm just saying. All 3 bases covered. Her rivals, I love every one of them because they each had their own individual personalities. You got Drew, who was the cocky guy. You know, he's like, I can do everything better than you. And his Roselia was awesome. He had a freaking Flygon, which is my favorite out of the Dragon pseudo legendaries. By the way, you know, he's Flygon all the way. Harley with his gimmick of his, I mean, I don't even know if he was just a hipster or if he was actually gay, but he was hilarious. I loved Harley and the fact that he squirmed every time that May did something that he couldn't do. I love that. That was awesome. And then Soledad. Oh my gosh, her freaking Soledad. She came in late in the game, but she left a statement. She had freaking Lapras. Ash gave that thing away, and she has it. She has a Lapras. Her Slowbro was, you know, man, it's a Slowbro, you know, but her Pidgeot, Ash gave that away, and she has one. And what else? A Butterfree. Ash gave that away, and she has one. She literally has 3 Pokemon that Ash gave away. You know, literally let them go free forever, and she has all 3. I would laugh. I would seriously laugh if that's Ash's Lapras, Pidgeot, and his freaking Butterfree. That would be funny. I know it's not real, but that would be hilarious because literally all 3 Pokemon that Ash has let go, she has in her team. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's pretty crazy. Um, Now here's another factor. May, you saw her grow because when she started out in the first um contest, back in Hoenn, she made it to the top 8. Not bad, not bad. Kanto, she made it to the top 4. The fact that they had Dawn instantly go to the top 2 was ridiculous. Just saying, that was stupid and ridiculous because we don't see any growth. We just see her, whoa, I'm the second best, and there's no one like me. Where May actually, you saw the progress. She started off, she was kind of rookie. She didn't cry like a little pansy every time she lost. No, she got better. There was that one time when she failed really bad after the Grand Festival, and because she was so close, and Soledad kicked the butt, and she was all depressed. But Drew came in and saved the day and said, "Hey, we're all going to Johto. Why don't you come with us?" Which brings me to another point. May has traveled 4 regions. 4 regions. No other female character. In fact, no other character but Ash has done that. No, and Brock. And Brock, yeah. Yeah, and Brock. See? 4 regions. Ash and Brock are the only ones that are, Ash, obviously, he's on the 6 right now, but Brock 4, May 4, right there. Boom. Makes her better already. Just saying. The progress. Plus, here's another thing that I say has May over Dawn and Iris, by the way. It's kind of tied with Misty. But both of them gave, Misty and Dawn, or Misty and May, reason why I like them, they both gave Ash something to remember them by. Ash has Misty's lure and half the ribbon from the contest that May and him participated in order to do that whole, friendship forever. Dawn didn't do that, and Iris, well, I don't know, I haven't seen the finale of Black and White, so, but from what I know, she didn't give him anything. So that's two props for Misty and May. So I'm just saying. And for one last reason, just to knock it out of the park, May's the only main character aside from Ash to befriend. Oh no, hold on. Let me, because Max did it too. The only female companion to befriend a legendary. What up? Yeah, it might have been a small legendary, but it's still legendary. She had that Manaphy like a baby. I'm just saying, she hatched it and took care of it and loved it, and then ended up having to let it go so it could live at home in the water. Freaking legendary. Max, Jirachi, but I don't know. That was Max doesn't really matter. He's just a nobody. But May, Manaphy. So that's it for this May versus Dawn video. I hope you guys liked it. Leave your comments down below which one you prefer. Don't forget to check out the Insane Game Freaks channel down in the description below. And I'll see you guys later for my next video. Thanks for watching.